Manchester United 3, Spurs 2, let's go. Salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. Do you guys hear that? See.
Ronaldo 3 Spurs 2 lah, Dom, not Manchester 3.
Before we continue, can I do something first?
Yeah. You want to stand up on your chair and apologize or something like that?
Wait, I have to do something. For a while. So wait,
Okay, go. Okay, we are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangga ni Buatan Malaysia, and apparently now everybody bangga to be a Ronaldo fan lah, right? If you are new to our channel, do the usual YouTube stuff. Please like our videos, share our videos, comment, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification.
Ding dong.
Today extra laggy, dog.
You know why you're not, Dom? I tell you why. Because every week I'm on spot, right? And then you always make fun. So this week I'm pulling a false positive.
A false positive. So you'll be notified when we go live or when we release a new video, right?
Yeah, don't forget to join our Telegram group. I think the link is below. We're all talking about Ronaldo today, and I'm sure the conversation in Telegram group will also be hot. There are a few suspects they'll be looking for, I'm sure. But remember, we Malaysians are a multi-religious country, so keep religion out of everything else. Just focus on United.
Hey, you see exactly. You see, even Smurf got standard one. Okay, slow lah the ding dong.
It's a false positive, Dom, because every week I play behind you, and I still get screwed, right? So now I want to pull a false positive and stay out.
Okay, I think today's show is pretty much a CR7 show lah, pretty much lah, right? So I can say that he single-handedly won us that game. All right, I'm going to start off with
Fred.
And Fred, okay, but then Ronaldo is the one that scored the goals, okay. Don't potong. Dog, don't potong. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with Ayrton first, okay, because the last time Ayrton, okay, when you were live, right, you gave, I forgot, I got a short-term memory, you gave some kind of statement or whatnot. So we're giving you a chance now, all right. The fan base is giving you a chance now to redeem yourself, all right. So go ahead.
First and foremost, okay, let's continue. Okay, the last time I know what I said, everyone heard it. Even a couple of my friends that watched the video, and they said, "Hey, bro, are you sure, bro? Are you sure?" And I can safely say, this, I swear to God, I said this. Knowing my mouth, he might just score a hat-trick in his next game that he plays. And lo and behold, the bugger would have scored a hat-trick lah. Ayo, Ronnie, never doubted you lah, Ronnie. Never doubted you.
I think we should clip lah. We should clip the how to say the video from the previous live, and then we should share it here lah. Unfortunately, Mr. Wilson is away lah.
Yeah, but all said and done, obviously we all know he hasn't been playing well, leading up to this game. That it's everyone saw it, but. As they say, form is temporary, class is permanent. And oh my God, if it wasn't for Ronaldo once again pulling us out of the rough, and also Fred, like I said, my mouth damn busuk, right? Last time also I used to kutuk Fred. Suddenly the bugger started playing so well. So I'm going to do this every time that we go into a game. I say we're going to lose. Hopefully we win after that. And
I think you should just focus on Maguire then. If that's
Ayrton, so
that
means. That means I'm not the jinxer lah. That means I'm not the jinxer lah, right? Let's clear this once and for all lah, okay? Because I find it very, very hard, now. Because, right, it's like I want to type something, I'm bloody excited, but I gotta delete. I type, Fred is fantastic, whatever, I gotta delete. Because I don't want to jinx. And then this rumor, right, that I'm a jinxer spreads to the Telegram group as well. So I got no one to talk to, is it?
Never mind, Dom. I'll take it for you lah. The rest of the season, I'll take it as the jinxer. We will not win the Champions League. Our team is so shit. It's so terrible. Have you seen us play? I tell you, we will not win the Champions League. I tell you, we will not even get top 4. So it's lost cause already.
Okay. So, Doc, how about you, Doc? What's your take on Ronaldo's? Let's start off with Ronaldo, Ronaldo's performance yesterday. Okay, amidst all the doubters and whatnot. Okay, of course we critic and whatnot. JomUnited, we critic his performance against Watford, especially when he was basically firing blanks, lah. Okay, but this time around, I think the holiday back to Portugal did him good. He came back to his usual sharpness and whatnot. So, what do you think, Doc?
Yeah, I think I only got one question lah. So, is it Ronaldo's fault that we are crap, right? Definitely not. He's the one reason that, we are still in Champions League. We are still fighting for the league places. You look at his record. I think this season is what? It's about 18 goals already now. 12 in the league. I think 6 in the Champions League in 6 games, right? He's the only one of the forwards who was actually firing. Yeah, some may say he's been missing for 2 months or whatever not. I am never afraid when strikers are in the right position but not finishing chances, because eventually they will start to come. And yesterday they came in all sorts of forms. Wonderful. Super.
Okay, let's talk about apart from Ronaldo, one particular player, the other player, the midfield, Fred. Right, I'm gonna go back to Ayrton on this one because I love to hear your input. Right, FREDtastic performance yesterday. Would you agree?
It was a FREDtastic performance. He did #FREDtastic by Fred. I mean, and also he didn't really play a deep role. He was moving up front. He even played much better than Paul Pogba. And I said it from last time. Paul Pogba needs to stop dicking with his head in order to play well. So he balled himself. Suddenly can play well. Okay, now we're not talking about Paul Pogba. Now we're talking about Fred. Fred with Matic in the center. That guy, you say I think he mentioned I provide the piano and let the maestro play. The maestro, you know who it is, lah. So he was the one of them giving the ball assist, and what an assist by him. That was a Brazilian touch like that. I got no qualms about it. I got no denying the fact that he actually has a Brazilian passport. So Fred, well done once again. Well done. Hopefully it could carry on to it. Sorry. You're terrible, Fred. You're terrible. You will be terrible for the rest of the season.
So Doc, would you consider the midfield pairing of Fred and also Matic, all right, the best midfield combination that we have at the moment?
I would probably say tough one. This is a tough one. The problem with Matic is he's a little bit he's getting on in age, right? If he was about 5-6 years younger, he would be the first choice inside there, right? The problem is sometimes we see him starting off games really well, but with the intensity of the Premier League, right, towards the second half he tends to fade. Back-to-back games, I have some concerns, especially if they're very close, right, for him to produce these performances in and out. But we've seen this when he was at Chelsea, and even when he first came United, right, he's one of the solid defensive midfielders, breaking things up and really setting the attack forward. I think you saw in the second goal, that pass to Sancho. What a perfect pass that was!
Fantastic,
right?
Yeah,
fantastic pass.
Fantastic.
And he has that ability in his armory, lah.
Okay, you got a comment here.
My only thing is, can he last 2 games in a row, especially when they're very close to each other?
Actually, that's the same also. Another thing also, we talk about consistency. That's the same with any of our players as well. Even Ronaldo also, to be honest. All right, a comment by Brian Lee. Fred was supposed to drink Tongkat Ali, but he drank Kachip Fatima instead. Hence the exceptional performance yesterday. Okay, let's talk a bit about our attacking midfielder. All right, Paul Pogba taking the position yesterday. Okay, how would you rate his performance yesterday, Ayrton? And also, Bruno wasn't playing yesterday. He didn't play this morning. So, do you think that it's a good thing that once in a while we substitute Bruno out to give him a bit more of a rest and whatnot?
Ooh, that is a bit difficult. Okay, I go back to your first question, how Pogba played. I'll give him a 7.5. There were moments. It's the story of Paul Pogba ever since he came back to United. Some brilliant moments. The boy has talent, and some stupid moments as well. Where you're like, Paul, what the hell are you doing? Why are you dragging the ball? Why are you doing a 360 crime turns? But other than that, there was one play exactly when he squared the ball in the middle of the midfield towards Sancho, if I'm not mistaken, after beating 2 players on the spin. That was brilliant. I would give him a solid 7.5. Like I said, Paul, stop dicking your head. Keep the ball hit for the rest of the season, and maybe you can do much more wonders like that. And going back to your second question, I think Bruno needed a rest. Can tell, the thing with Bruno Fernandes, I think everyone agrees. So if he gets frustrated, he's frustrating to watch. Well, some players where when they are frustrated, they will actually like turn on the magic. When Bruno, we don't really see that yet. But yeah, I mean, maybe we kind of we have to give the yin and yang a balance a bit, where Bruno rests a bit when Pogba plays in that position, or because by the looks of it, I don't want to say it, but it feels like the Lampard, Gerrard, and Scholes thing all over again, where these players just cannot play with each other. That's what I feel. I'm afraid to say that, but maybe it is. I hope I'm wrong, because those two, when on song, are pretty much one of the best in the world at their position lah.
Okay, we got a comment by Smurf. Pogba first half equals to exceptional. Second half, Mia. I don't understand this statement. Maybe we can have a separate live for it. Maybe you and Pijal, you can talk about this. Pijal can talk about the zoo websites or whatever it is, right? The pet shop websites, right? Okay, how about you, Doc? What do you think? Because personally, right, like, okay, for me, from what I see, when Paul Pogba plays in that position yesterday, right, it's a little bit more, I would say, systematic in a way whereby he's not roaming around so much like Bruno. So maybe when Bruno plays in that position, the style that he plays, the spots that he occupies and whatnot, it kind of like disrupts the play of like Ronaldo and the people around. So what do you think, Doc?
For me, I actually, to be honest, I don't so much agree with Eriton in the 7.5. I thought he was decent in the first half. Second half, he was missing. In fact, he was giving the ball away. He made some silly fouls in around the box. I think actually after Maguire probably
Doc, side starting already, Doc.
I think after Maguire, right, probably Rashford and Pogba were probably the worst players in the pitch compared to the others. The others performed quite decently. I mean, to be honest, I expected more with him starting the role behind Ronaldo, right? But he showed some good touches in the first half, but I think he didn't do as much as probably what Bruno would do. And I think, again, the good thing about him being further up front is he's not a liability defensively, but at the same time, he doesn't do as much pressing. If you're really playing a pressing game, right, he was off his pressing game, totally. He's not like a Bruno who really chases down. And yesterday we saw Ronaldo actually closing down, and then Pogba was like slacking behind. So for me, I think he really didn't do enough. He can have a better game, definitely. I'm not picking on him. This is my observation.
How about Bruno? The question regarding Bruno. Bruno, that usually when Bruno plays, he's all over the pitch, occupies other players' places and whatnot, disrupts the play and whatnot. So what do you think about that?
I think Bruno basically, right, likes to be on the ball most times. Sometimes you're right, he drops a little bit deep. But the good thing about him dropping deep, and probably he and Pogba are the only ones who can do this, right? Drop a little bit and ping the balls across to the other side. Our central defenders definitely can't do it. And that's why we need these guys to drop a little bit deeper and do that, right? The problem with Bruno is sometimes he tries the impossible ball all the time. And that's why, he tends to lose, possession. He tends to, misplace passes. But when he gets it through, it's spectacular. So sometimes you need one risk taker like that. You can't have too many, of course, at the same squad. But I think Bruno would probably give me a little bit more in that role compared to Pogba.
Okay, we got a comment by Arfa Mirza. Come on, Doc. Pogba copied your hairstyle. Give some credit, This is also known as the AM9 hairstyle, the Henri hairstyle, all right? Okay.
Somehow you had to throw that in.
So, Doc, wear it with pride, Doc. Wear it with pride, Doc. Okay, you got a comment also by his side. I have a dream. DDG keep a clean shirt. Clean sheet, I think. He's trying to say clean sheet.
He should definitely never clean considering the amount of work he has to get through behind Maggie.
Oh, okay. Because I think Smurf actually mentioned regarding Lindelof. Okay. A quick question. I'm gonna point this to you, Doc. Continue from there. Okay. The CDM, right? CDM position, like you mentioned, Matic, right? Probably he can't really last 2 games if the games is very close together. All right. So maybe, do you think that maybe Lindelof, or maybe some say that Jones can actually occupy that space, not for the coming seasons and whatnot, but for the remaining of the season? What do you think?
As far as I know, Lindelof has not been tried in that position. Yes, he may have that ability to make passes, long diagonal passes, but again, that role needs some kind of discipline and positioning, right? I know Phil Jones has played there before for Blackburn, and I think even at United initially, but he's been number one, out for injuries for so long. He's not been playing that position. I don't think he'll offer anything different to what McTominay or Matic can at the moment. I mean, if it's in the long run, then yes, you're putting in as a stopgap until end of the season. I have my doubts, that they would offer much more than what we already have.
But he has the ability to actually read the ball well, and then when he actually play a high line and commit to a certain challenge and whatnot, he actually get it right most of the time. And then of course, not to forget his passes, his forward passes, something like I think Danny mentioned earlier, like a carry kind of role. What do you think? Or maybe Ayrton can chime in also later.
Yeah, whatever it is, I mean, there was a reason why we call him cotton ball, right? He's a little bit soft. So in that role, I think you need to be a bit more solid than that. Pinging passes is one thing, but you need to be able to get stuck in, make tackles, move the ball around, and maybe he might not have that sort of ability to fill this role immediately, right? If you have a long range plan, it's different, but to fill up short term may be a bit of a challenge. Maybe Ayrton can add on.
Well, I find it a bit, ridiculous. We're discussing that Lindelof in the CDM position. That's how far we have fallen. When we don't really don't even have a proper CDM to play with to begin with. And when we have like McTominay and Matic and whoever, I mean, who else can we play down there? And I mean, you play a proper CDM at CDM lah. Let's put it that way lah. That's what I feel. That's why maybe we should go for Rice next season. I think some people, I don't want to mention names, say that, oh, stats this, stats that, you can't tackle properly, stats this.
Side. I'll just mention it for you lah. All right.
Put it this way, we count stats. Lampard and Gerrard had a better start game than Paul Scholes. And it's a biblical sin to say those two are better than Paul Scholes. I rest my case there. But for Phil Jones, Dom, I don't even know why you mentioned Phil Jones in that position as well. He played in that position with Blackburn at 2010 lah. A lot has changed. 2010, man. He didn't have any metal screws in his body, and his knees were at that time still got their joints and not filled up. But now, I mean, like Phil Jones, as much as I have sympathy with the guy, he's just here to fill up the rest of the season. Maybe he just needs to go lower down the league after that, because at the end of the day, I feel sorry for the guy coming up. I thought he was going to be a world beater. Sadly, injuries took its toll. But we need a proper CDM. Whether question Matic can last for 2 or 3 games in a row, that's a big question mark, because the guy is 35 years old. Like Doc said, we wish he was 5 years younger or 6 years younger, because he would have been a best in the Premier League at his position, but sadly he's not as young as what once was. And to harap McTominay down there, he's 25 or 26, 24, still young, but I don't think he's convincing enough down there. So we just need to plug that stop with a plaster while we get Rice next season, because that's the position we need to fill next year. So yeah, that's all I can say. And all these talks of Phil Jones and Lindelof in that position is it's mind-boggling, if you ask me.
Yeah, and maybe Dom, can I ask you a question? Why are we even thinking of Lindelof in a CDM position when he should be the starting centre back with Varane?
Exactly.
We all know. All right, we'll talk about it after this, but we all know, right? It will never happen, right? He's gonna play third fiddle, fourth fiddle, or whatever it is. He will just never start, That's the thing. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's just that I'm frustrated, knowing that there's an imbalance in our midfield. If we can actually have maybe another secondary, a CDM to alternate with Matic, right? I think we will actually, for the remaining 10 games, I think we got a good shot to actually finish in the top 4. Seriously, you can actually see when our midfield, the engine room is running well, and then Fred is free to do what he's good at, the advanced role, right? Then we can actually, we always say that, we got the polo hole and whatnot. Yesterday, right? Again, it wasn't the case. It wasn't the case. So that's why I'm just thinking, how we can actually salvage the remaining 10 games and why not. It's by a long shot, I think most of us agree, but then somehow we still, we want something more. Right. Okay, which brings us to go ahead.
The only way to salvage the next 10 games is just don't play Maguire. That's all it has.
Which brings us to the next thing. Okay, you know, Maguire. All right, the thing with Maguire. Okay, with I think in a relationship or whatnot, lah. Okay, if just say initially you start shouting and whatnot, right? Because maybe there's hope that things will get better and whatnot. But it reaches to a certain point whereby you just keep quiet. You don't want to talk about it anymore, which is what I'm feeling about Maguire right now. All right, usually I'll be banging tables, this and that, whatever it is. But right now, it's like to a point whereby I feel like, oh my god, it's like you know, in a movie, right? You know, usually the plot twist, right? You know, the best friend will stab the hero in the back and whatnot. But this guy, it's like he's doing this over and over. It's no longer a plot twist, you know. It's like if you're just waiting for it to happen, you know, an accident waiting to happen. So maybe, all right, Doc, what do you think about Maguire's performance yesterday?
I give up lah. I think the first just out to sabotage David De Gea every single game.
It's not about De Gea. It's not about De Gea. Sabotage United, Manchester United. All right. It's not about player FC. All right. Let's talk about Manchester United.
Done on purpose, dude. I think it's done on purpose just to make him look bad and get Henderson in. But anyway, I mean, I had this discussion in the group as well, right? Maybe just maybe the own goal, right? I can't blame him totally lah. He had to go in for that, you know. He cannot see the guy behind him. He cannot see whether the guy is onside or offside. I mean, he can judge, but his first job will be to clear the ball. We always talk about proactive defending, right? And now with VAR, he may think it's offside, leave it, but you know, that guy may be just inches onside and things like that. So he had to go for it. And sometimes we do see it, you know, you clear it and it goes into the own goal. I mean, we've had our fair share. West Brown was king at doing that, right? But the thing is, right? Overall game also, you look very shaky. He made some good tackles and blocks, but still looked the most vulnerable part of our defense actually yesterday.
So do you think, Ayrton, that, I don't know, maybe he should really be benched? I think the answer is yes, obviously. Okay, maybe let me.
Why are you asking that question?
I don't know. It's like, okay, how? No, I'm thinking now. It's like either I'm going to ask you, how do we make the best out of Maguire? Or I really don't know. When it comes to Maguire, I'm running out of questions and whatnot, because this is the same thing that we are talking over and over again. All right, so how do we actually, we know that no matter what happens, he's still going to start. So how do we compensate for his incompetency?
I don't know lah. I seriously don't know. I mean, like, it's Smurf's wet dream lah. If Ralph drops Maguire, that's all I can say about it. Also for us also, we'll be so happy if he gets dropped lah. But truth be told, he is going to play for the next remainder of the season. Probably starting if just say we go down and play against Liverpool. God, you know, like he's going to play captain outside against Liverpool and Atletico Madrid or so. And going against this team, the only way we can salvage anything if Maguire is there is to play 3 at the back. Truth be told, that's the only way, because we cannot go up against this team with that Buatan playing behind there, because the dude is, I mean, like, I echo what Rafael van der Vaart said lah. He's just shit. That's all I can say.
I gotta read this. There's this comment that caught my eye. I don't know whether it's a sarcastic comment or not, but then Maguire's situation similar to Pogba. Both needs a good system to flourish. Like, seriously,
Martin, Martin. He really put his full name there. Okay, Martin, I don't know what
handphone number. Let me go and PM him for handphone number. We talk to him in private.
I don't know what Maguire have you been watching ever since he joined United. But whatever system he plays, so 2 at the back, 3 at the back, 4 at the back, people covering him, he's still also a bloody clown on the pitch. Let's wait. And the fact that this fella cost 80 million and also he's the captain of the biggest football team in the world, is the biggest fraud since, I don't know, what's been the bigger, since, let's say the Tinder swindler lah. Let's wait away lah.
I thought for a moment that he's going to mention Martial, you know. Sorry.
Martial has moments lah.
Just to add on, okay, when comparing to Pogba, you know, he's on and off form, but then when you talk about the basic kind of stuff, he got it down most of the time lah. Right? Whereas Maguire, the simplest stuff, to pass forward, to pass to, you know, sideways square passes and whatnot, he can even mess that up. So I really don't know, man. So maybe the best system for him is whereby there's a formation whereby he doesn't play, lah. I think. Period, lah. On the bench. Number 13, on the bench. Right. Okay, Doc, let's talk about your favorite player. No, not your favorite player, your second favorite player, Marcus Rashford. All right. So what's your take on his performance yesterday? And do you think that he's actually improving? You know, of course, like what we always mention on JomUnited, we judge a player from game to game, lah. Right. So do you think there's any glimpse of improvement from Marcus Rashford?
I'll be honest. I expected much more. I think he was very poor yesterday as well. Where is he going wrong, right? I mean, he was a guy who was, just maybe I would say up to mid of last season, he was a guy who would take on players, run at people, cut in, shoot, actually put in good crosses, but he's really gone missing. And you're right, Dom, when you say he runs into walls, right? What is going wrong? I have no idea. Maybe he just needs to refocus back on his football. I think also sometimes when he plays on that right side, probably Dalot doesn't give him that kind of support, really pushing up and beyond him to give him that extra space. But I mean, that is being harsh on probably Dalot lah, to get him to contribute to Rashford's form. But he really needs to get going lah. I mean, maybe a goal or two may help him to change. Maybe move him to the center. I don't know. Maybe just a change that give him an opportunity to get a goal and things like that. Maybe that might be beneficial, or maybe give him a run of games again. It's tough because Ilanga has been pushing him quite close. So I hope to see the Rashford that we were all accelerated by up to the mid of last season. That's what I want to see, because he's been, since he came to the squad, right, from as a teenager, he's been doing very well. And I always say that we look a more dangerous side when Rashford is playing well.
Okay, we got a comment here again by Martin. All right, do you guys not watch the Euros? Maguire was in the team of the tournament. He was rock solid throughout. Ironically, that's the only place Pogba plays well, international football. Okay, I'm going to point this to our biggest England supporter ever, Ayrton. Take this, please.
Did he really play well though? The only reason why he wasn't really found out. That's the one, because Calvin Phillips and Rice was in front of him. Like I said, that's why you need to have two solid players in front of you to actually not do much. And he didn't really do much in the Euros as well. So I watch every England game in the Euros. He was okay. It was decent, but I won't say it was great lah. Let's put it that way lah. And going back to bringing that kind of form into the Premier League, I knew it was going to happen already, because he didn't have a Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice in front of him, and we all know what Maguire brings to the table. Let's be right. Calamity Maguire. That's his name right now. He took the moniker off David James. Let's put it that way. And honestly speaking, if what his name is now, Martin Long Weizen, no, he didn't have a great tournament. Hey, in the 2006 World Cup, John Terry made it to the team of the tournament. How that happened, I also don't know, because England got knocked out in the second round. So, take it as you will. Maybe the only reason why he was there is because England made it to the finals and the Euros were held in England. That's about it. That's all I can say. But nah. He didn't have a stellar tournament, if you ask me.
Okay, comment by the moderator. Maguire played in back three in England with two defensive midfields in front. Yep.
And he had Kyle Walker next to him, chasing everything like a mad guy.
Yes.
He could have just sit on the bench also, like what we mentioned, his new formation, right?
I mean, like everyone thinks, we have a personal vendetta against Harry Maguire. Hey, we will be the happiest people in the world if Maguire plays well. Because when Maguire plays well, it's better for us. Because why? We don't go work in a shitty mood the next day, where all these Liverpool fans and Chelsea fans, kalah lagi, Harry Maguire. You think I like getting abused every Monday morning at work? No, man. So if he plays well, kudos to us. We don't have a personal vendetta against him. He's just detrimental to the team. That's about it. We just don't want him to play, because why? When he plays, there's a possibility we might lose. And not just lose 1-0, no. Lose 2-3-4-0. It has happened lah. Don't tell me it never happened this season, because it happened one too many times this season already because of that.
I have a feeling that against Atletico, he may be left out. I have a feeling Varane and Lindelof will start. I just have this feeling. I don't know whether it's true. But I think so.
Okay,
let's
just to add on.
hold our hands together right now, guys, and sing Kumbaya, so that will happen.
Okay, this is JomUnited. This is not JomEuros, right? But then there's one last comment that I gotta read out.
I know which one. I knew it.
Any friend for Pickford. All right, which is true lah. Which is true. Hey, Doc, but actually, David De Gea, he actually dived in the correct direction yesterday. So there was a good start. That's improvements.
Hey,
Right?
he saved already how many 3
distribution-
penalties this season, right?
Distribution is still crap though, but then yeah, improvement. Actually, at least he drove in the correct direction, right? Okay. Okay, let me see. All right, let's talk about our wing backs. Our wing backs yesterday. Performance of Telles and also Dalot. I'm much more impressed with Telles. So, Doc, what do you think about our wing backs' performance yesterday?
I think Telles is the only one of our wing backs who can really cross. He can whip in a nice, good ball. Yesterday, he whipped in one for Ronaldo early on as well, right? Early cross in. And he's the only one who probably, I would say, likes to push right to the byline and try to cross, And even the corner, finally, we scored a second goal from a corner and after 160 over attempts. But that was, again, putting the crosses in the right area for Ronaldo to chase. That's all you need to do. You don't even need to hit him. You just need to put it in front of him. And he got that kind of aerial ability to meet those kind of headers, Problem is, the other side, for me, Dalot doesn't do enough. Dalot, number one, he should be pushing forward more. What he does, he comes up, pass the ball to Rashford, then takes 2 steps back. When he should be actually overlapping. And again, his crossing is also overrated. I don't think he's that good a crosser. Previously we said he's very good going forward. I really don't think so. He's not doing enough for me.
I echo what you said as well, Doc. As long as because honestly, I'm not a big fan of Luke Shaw. I will tell you guys a story also. That day when Luke Shaw was coming into the pitch, my wife said, hey, that guy is a football player. I thought he was a medic. How come he's so big size one? So, but honestly, if you get Telles, his left foot is actually I think it's the best in our team, and I think probably one of the best in the top level of the Premier League. So the only thing I have with him is his positioning when it comes to defending, because he gets found out once or twice. If he works on that, I think he can be a very serviceable, I wouldn't say world class, but a serviceable fullback, which is what a fullback should do. Much like Gary Neville, he wasn't world class, but the guy who can really whip it across and he can defend. So if Telles can do that, we got a player on our hands and as long as it keeps Luke Shaw, I don't want to fat shame people not right I didn't say it, my wife said I didn't say she only called him fat. I didn't call him fat. I didn't say he had a fat ass I didn't say it. She said that. So all I can say as long as he's kept out of the squad, it's okay. Dalot also on the other hand also as well. That guy is improving. I hope he stays because I think we really have a talent there as well. And keep Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I mean, like you said, Dom, I'm a huge England fan. I have biasness when it comes to England players, but obviously when it comes to my team, Manchester United, keep these 2 jokers out of the team, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, even though they're English.
Okay, guys, we are at the end of our show. Okay, just remember one thing, all right? We got different camps. We got our, Marcel in, Marcel out, Ronaldo in, Ronaldo out, Ralph Rangnick in. Whatever it is, just keep it, keep it chill. Don't overreact and whatnot, all right? Because end of the day, what we want peace and we want harmony in our group. Oh, wait. Oh, we got something special. Hi, Syed.
This is going to be interesting
The
now.
man of the hour. Oh my god, I didn't expect you to be able to make it, man. But since you made it, right? All right, I'm gonna give you maybe a few minutes, all right?
Hey,
You got something you wanna?
Why we not letting Smurf in as well, This one
Free for all.
Smurf is busy in the car eating apple or something like that. I don't know, eating apples or something like that.
Pew, pew. Now everybody is free for all already now.
So you wanna do the C celebration before you start, or not?
No, I don't think so. When he scores every week in, week out, when we win a cup, then I'm going to do it. But not now. I mean, yesterday it was just Tottenham. Come on, guys. Okay, hat trick, but it's just
it's just
famous
Tottenham.
it's just Tottenham. And okay, first goal was good, the header was good, we won the match. I think it was a good game, good teamwork, good hat trick. Finally, he remembers how to score the goal. So yeah, happy for the 3 points.
Okay,
But
so
you know,
be prepared with the comment section.
yeah, because the Telegram group, right? I think you are the villain there, like you're villain in a Telegram group, lah. So maybe you want to point out something why you expressed that certain comments about Ronaldo early on and whatnot, and then do you think that moving forward we will see more of this type of performance by Ronaldo, or do you think it's just a flash in the pan?
So I mean, like how I see football is like there are 11 players and everybody is assigned to do a job. Goalkeeper needs to prevent the goal. Scorer has to score the goal. Midfield has to create the goal, right? Every player has its own job where they are getting the salary, getting the wages, and they're representing the club. So CR7 playing in the center, midfields were creating the goals and he was not scoring. Even the sitter, like open goal, he missed a lot of goals. When any player is going to miss the goal, then I'm gonna say like he's shit, like he should not play. If any player is in form, regardless the name, whether it's celebrity, whether it's a homegrown player, whether it's a youngster, so anybody who is in the form who can do the job, they should play the game. So I mean, like I know, like yesterday he scored hat trick, and a lot of fans they came out from the dark. They were not there when he was not scoring. But we should say when somebody is not playing, we should say he's not playing good. When somebody is scoring, then we should appreciate. But it's not like okay, he has scored 800 goals, so what? He didn't score 800 goals for United. He scored most of the goal. He spent most of his time in Madrid. I would say he's a Madrid legend rather than a United legend.
Can let side read a source comment just now, bro. The one previously before. Just read. No, before that. Yeah. Side can read. Can read. Can read.
No, I'm not talking about followings or I'm not talking about Telegram. I'm talking about like, overall on internet, like Twitter. Everybody is saying like, okay, Messi didn't score those many goals. Ronaldo scored those many goals. Okay, fine. It's individual thing, right? 807 goals or 59 hat tricks or whatever. How many Ballon d'Or he has won. When the team is performing, when the team is winning, then I will be more happy.
But
can I just say something?
Okay, Doc, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say something. Sorry.
Wait, before that, I think it takes a lot of guts for Said to actually come on and take the heat now, right? Continue. I'm just gonna enjoy
I want
this.
to know, now you're saying that, everybody's got a role to do and everybody, if they do it well, then you should be happy, right? Why are you picking on the two guys who are actually doing their jobs? One is Ronaldo. Wait 1 second. He's got 18 goals he writes stats, right? I give you stats. He has got 18 goals in the whole season, which is equal or, maybe one less than Greenwood's, Sancho, Rashford, Cavani, and Ilanga put together. Okay? So he is obviously doing his job. Now, at the other end, without the keeper...
Okay, Said. I just
okay, so I was talking about individual players. I was
right.
Oh, damn!
I was waiting for that, man. Oh my god. Okay, Said, let's answer that.
Even my dog is pissed off with you, dog. Okay.
Your dog is doing the same.
Dog is angry with Dom.
I was actually thinking the other player. Who's the other player? Oh man, she might just mention that guy. Okay, Said, go ahead. Question my dog just now.
I think dog was going to continue.
He's going to continue.
You know
the second person. Just talk about the first person.
You know who is going to say already, Doc. So just carry on. You know who is going to talk about.
I remember the famous words. I think 3 weeks ago, there was a press conference by Conte, and somebody asked about keeper and striker. So Conte said, like, you can make a mistake when you're choosing your girlfriend or wife, but you cannot make a mistake when you're choosing a keeper and a striker for a football team. So these two are the most important. Like one job has to score the goal, which decide the game, and one has to save the goal, which is the most important thing. So both extreme are the most important positions, and both of them are underperforming these days. I mean, we are not getting clean sheets, and we are not winning the matches by scoring the goals. Okay, yesterday
because the jokers in front of him are not doing their job.
No, I cannot fathom this. Like I cannot believe that.
Have you been watching
the time of my life? I'm having the time of my life.
These two ends of the football pitch are the most important. One has to prevent, one has to score the goal. If these two are not performing, you would never win a football game.
If the two of them are not performing, we'll be in the relegation places.
Not
and we'll be out of the Champions League.
We'll be out of the Champions League.
No, the squad we have spent 1.2 billion something in the past X years. So we should be winning cups. We should be winning games. We lost the cup because of a penalty shootout, right? So we didn't manage to win the cup because of that one position.
Okay,
penalty shootout is lottery lah. You cannot say.
just a comment by one of our regulars and also a
There, my
Telegram
dog
group
is
member.
coming, Said, after you all.
Come on, Said. Congratulate Ronaldo for the hat-trick and my day is made. All right, come on, man. Let's do a favor for Justin Sean. Come on, it's a hat-trick after all.
It's
Come on,
just,
Said.
it's
Come on.
just Tottenham. You are playing at home. You would expect to win a game, but yeah, okay. I mean, he scored a hat-trick, but I would be more happy if he scored 1-0 against.
But you
Watford.
love stats, Syed. Come on, Syed. The best goal scorer in the world game.
That's
The greatest.
that's his individual
Yeah,
award.
but still. But you love stats. Just congratulate the guy. Just congratulate him. No one can improve.
It's just Tottenham. Okay, congratulations, CR7. We scored a hat-trick. But
See?
I would be more happy if you are winning two matches.
You go after him. Coach Dom.
Okay, guys, I think we are at the end of the show already, lah. Right? Let's not
Yeah.
drag this any further. Lah,
Why
right?
is Brian Lee always ending the show with the same comment?
So, like usual, please, Brian Lee, please comment. All right, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. All right.
See!
Hey.
Right now.
See!